And joining me right now is Ashe Schow, commentary writer for the Washington Examiner. Ashe, good to have you with us. You're in Washington, D.C. Maybe you could hear the cheers from where you were, but not everybody is happy about this, with the Supreme Court ruling that gay people have the right to marry nationwide. What was your initial reaction to the decision?
Well, I can see how, a lot of people would be upset over this, especially when there were multiple states who voted, against gay marriage. So this kind of undid, in a way, the will of the people, at least in those states. And we kind of saw public opinion going in this direction for so long that you'd think that, in a few more years, almost every state would have passed it on their own. So, I obviously just see both sides with, the Supreme Court saying, let's just get this over with. We're probably going to go there eventually anyway. Let's just make it legal now. And then you have, people who have a kind of fear right now that all churches are going to be required to perform these. We've seen with bakeries who refuse to bake a cake being shamed out of business if they refuse to bake that cake. So what happens if a church refuses to perform one of these marriages? That is now the law. So I think that's going to be the next battle.
Yeah, that is the real concern here. You're already seeing legislators in Washington talking about new bills to support religious liberty, not talking as much about the case itself. And also just interesting to note, and wanted to get your take on this, a tweet from Lindsey Graham saying it's time to kind of move past this and respect everybody's right to do basically what they want. Surprised to hear Lindsey Graham weigh in that particular way.
Yeah, that is surprising to me for him in particular. But, I guess at this point, people have been moving in this direction. Young Republicans have been moving in this direction. The libertarian wing of the party has been moving in this direction, or has been in this direction, I should say. So I guess there is getting to be a smaller and smaller subset of people who oppose this. So, maybe lurching forward might not have been the best option, but I think we were going to head that direction anyway.
Yeah, it did appear to be the case, a big change in public opinion polls as well. Let's talk also about your new column, and that deals with Kirsten Gillibrand's assault on reality. The New York senator capitalizing on this new wave of calls for draconian responses to an overstated problem is Kirsten Gillibrand, the Senate's resident campus sexual assault alarmist. She's been making the rounds over the past week, stoking the flames of bias against accused students and bemoaning due process as an impediment to justice. Pulling no punches there, Ashe.
Absolutely not. She has been, for the past week, last Wednesday, she spoke at a Washington Post panel about campus sexual assault, saying that, the reason that campuses are allowed to adjudicate this is because we're not throwing people in jail. So, on the one hand, she's claiming that this is a huge problem. On Sunday night on Dateline, she called it a felony offense, these sexual assaults, which it is. It's not plagiarism. It's not cheating. It is a felony. So on the one hand, she's saying it's a very serious problem. It's a felony offense, and I care about victims. And on the other hand, she's telling these accused students, these people that she is claiming are these violent, dangerous, criminal rapists, she's saying, oh, well, you're just getting expelled. It's not that big of a deal. So, she can't have it both ways. It can't be a serious issue that's not being treated seriously.
It's true. There are huge implications for both parties involved in these types of allegations. People wrongly accused getting kicked out of school, that can change your whole trajectory in life, and it's a big issue. And I encourage everybody to check out Ashe's column as well, so they can get that online right now. Ashe Schow, thanks so much for being with us, and also thanks for giving us your take on the Supreme Court case today. Big Supreme Court case, in case anybody's been under a rock. The U.S. Supreme Court upholding the institution of gay marriage, as it will be known from here on out. Again, Ashe Schow, thanks for sticking around with us. More to come here on Newsmax Now. We'll be right back after this.